Hey guys, Joe here from My Life in Collecting. This is a recent video from last Sunday where I was a vendor up in Barrie, Ontario, Canada at the Barrie Game Exchange. So here's a brief view of what was there at the show. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, so here is going to be a quick little video of what was there up at the Barrie Video Game Exchange. I was actually a vendor at this show, my second time vending, and I had myself a great time. My partner from my other podcast, STC Pod, and I shared a table. We were there under the banner of the Cartridge Club, which is basically a book club for gamers. If you haven't checked it out, it's www.cartridgeclub.org. Anybody is welcome. It's a great community. And there was about, I think, maybe 5 or 6 tables there under the Cartridge Club banner. But I took a little break from selling at one point and did a quick little walkthrough of the show. I didn't get all the tables just because I didn't have the time to do it. But I hope you guys just, this is J-Rock here. I hope you guys enjoy the video. It just gives you a brief glimpse of what prices are, what was at the show. It wasn't just video games, as tends to be the case for most of collecting shows nowadays. I think people are starting to branch out a bit more in terms of what they have on their tables. But prices were, I'd say, within the ballpark of what things have been selling for. So needless to say, things weren't cheap, but they weren't insanely expensive. But there was a great variety of video games. Oddly enough, this was actually the first game show where I never purchased one single item. I don't know, I think I was just having too much fun selling and just didn't feel like it was necessary for me to have to pick up anything. Obviously there were, I guess quote unquote hidden gems or, rare titles at this show. None of which I sort of really have any desire in terms of getting at the moment, but I don't know. I just figured enjoy my time at the show as a vendor, and obviously there'll be plenty of other time and other locations and other shows to purchase anything that I really want. I just have so much on my backlog at the moment that for me to get another game just really didn't make sense at this time. Or yeah, if anything, I think I'd like to actually eliminate a little bit from my collection, trim it down, as they say, in terms of trimming the fat and just keeping the stuff that you really, really, has meaning to you, or you really would like to play it at some point. As I mentioned, I've got so much on the backlog that, I'm pretty much set up for, especially with how busy I am in my life, I'm set up for years in terms of what I could play. This guy here, I actually enjoyed his artwork. It was, don't remember seeing him before, but obviously he modified caricatures of video game characters in sort of a zombified or mutilated way. I meant to actually come back and pick up something from him, but never got around to doing it. And as you can see here, obviously there's the standard Nintendo 64 titles and Super Nintendo titles and NES. If anything, I would have picked up probably a bunch of NES games. Yeah, they. But again, if I was to buy them boxed, generally they'd probably be starting around the $40 mark, and I just didn't feel like coughing up that kind of money at the moment. Especially when I was trying to, recoup funds and walk away at the profit as opposed to like walking away in the negative. A lot of systems at the show as well. As always, if you guys want, I, due to lack of time, I wasn't able to obviously do my regular super slow scan through everything, so please feel free to pause at any time to if something catches your eye and you're curious about what the price was on it. So yeah, this is up at Barrie, Ontario. It was actually in Civic Center there, so we're actually in an ice rink. And it's a good crowd. There was 140 plus tables. For those of you interested, there's 2 Barrie Game Exchanges every year. The next one, I believe, is in August 26th, I believe. So for confirmation of that, you can go to www.barriegameexchange.ca. Tickets are, I believe, $5, $10 for VIP, which gets you in an hour early. And the event usually runs from, VIP comes in at 11, so if you're VIP, it runs from 11 until 4 p.m. And then regular passes get in at noon. I didn't see too much in terms of extremely old systems. I distinctly remember seeing an Intellivision with a whole boatload of games all thrown into a box. So some Famicom stuff, but in terms of like the older systems, Intellivision, Atari, Coleco, either I missed it by the time I got out there, or there just there wasn't an overabundance of it. The crowds were pretty decent at the show too. The beauty of this place compared to some of the other game shows I've been to and whatnot is due to the fact that it is such a big area of space. 140 plus tables is a good number, but at the same time, it's not one of those situations where you're extremely crowded and people are pushing and not pushing, but you're bumping into people and all that nonsense, the usual of shows in smaller locations in which they should be. So that's the beauty of the Barrie show. Just a great experience. Prizes were given away. I think one of the prizes was a modded Crystal Xbox with over 4,000 games on it. Great atmosphere. I was pretty successful at the show. Like I said, this was the second time that I vended, so I brought more stuff, more variety, I think, just to stand out and be a little bit different from, a lot of the other tables there, which were constituted mainly just the video games. I think I'm just going to shut up for a moment here and just let you guys sit back and listen to the music and take in all the items here at the show. I will talk to you at the end. Thanks again for tuning in for the video, guys. As always, you can find me on Twitter at ACDecepticon. I'm on iTunes under the podcast of Transformers and Beer. Bookmark angrycanadiandecepticon.blogspot.ca. And as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and share not only this video, but my channel if you come across it to other people that you know. Thanks again, guys, and I'll talk to you again real soon.